Hey, g'day guys, Sam here from Trade to Prosper online training. I'm going to go through the majority of the charts and look for an opportunity to find an entry or look for long-term investments and maybe flip some coins if I need to. It's been a while since I really looked at all the coins, so I'm going to start looking at charts and get an idea if there's an opportunity there or not. And you can also look at my methodology and so on. Right now we have Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is pretty much trading sideways. There's nothing definite. What seemed to be a bull flag right now is just going sideways really, but at the top of the range. So if we look at Bitcoin right here, if we get our lines, and let's see what Bitcoin can do to impact our charts. So that was a previous all-time resistance. Just want to get the previous reference points, all-time high, and these levels are pretty important. So moving across, you can see how we're ranging. Now I'm going to go into the 8-hour chart. And what seems to be, now that you can take formations any way you want. It's all subjective to the way you see it. And initially I thought this was the case, and it might be the case. Let me just get the colors out. Well, where's my door? And interesting. Okay, I'm not pressing the color right here. So that looked like a continuation pattern of some sort. You can look at this in many ways, and no one's right. But I thought that was going to play support or neckline, and what we had is this come really down, and it doesn't make sense that we get this strong move and then this strong pull back down. So the whales are pretty much trying to mess people up. That's my opinion. And obviously this move would have been nice if it stayed above the 10 and 20 moving average and then continue on. And the whales aren't ready yet to let this go. So that there is a bit of manipulation in my opinion. And it's not really I suppose it is a shorting position. I didn't think it would be. Let's have a quick look. Well, I didn't think it would have been a shorting position really. Let's see if I was right or wrong. So that doesn't tell us that was a shorting position. That previous high only does. So looks like people are ready to really trade this tight pocket, and I think that's the reason right there that people shorted, and that gave the momentum to the downside. So the bulls have jumped back in, seeing that is a good opportunity to buy. I didn't think it would go that low. So whoever's shorting from here is still in the game, and if this was to come up, they will be forced to close their shorts. And if they were to force to close their shorts, you know what that will happen. So if we get to this level, if price comes up to this level, these people who have shorted will have to close it, and that will just escalate. There could be a chance where they add newcomers come short here again. And that's yet to be seen, but I would think that would have been the case here. So if this comes up, if it passes this height, it will liquidate the shorts, and their buying back will just really propel this up. Does that make sense? So we're looking for that opportunity. In the meantime, we're ranging. So this is a tight range, ever so tight, and right now we're at this section here, and we've got to see what happens. While this is going sideways, there's going to be opportunities with the alts. So let's look at the charts. Okay, need to put on auto. So what I have on my left is the 4 hour, top right is the 8 hour, and the bottom is the daily. And then what I'm going to look for is trends and formations, pretty much. So this one here is pulling back, and a likely spot will be somewhere around there to around there. A deeper pullback will be interested. At this moment, there's nothing there. This is a big rejection, not interested. Maker, looking good. Big push. So there could be a continuation. And what you do is just pretty much add your fibs. And at this point, I'd like to see it come down a bit more. Okay, we really don't have much. We'll go through this one here. Yeah, deeper pullback. Around here will be nice, where there was previous resistance. Right now, we did find resistance to the top, and we also dropped below this level. So I do want to see it come deeper with the 10 to 20 moving average on the 4 hour. Nothing there. BRN, nothing there at the moment for us to look for. B-Days seems to be a new coin. When did this come out? 8th of October, okay. So what I'm looking there is, looks like a strong support level of a bullish candle. So let's see how this daily candle closes before we make up any decisions. On the 4 hour, it's done its move. Pretty much a breakout trade from that level. Yes, fine.
I got a message saying hi team. If you're available to talk from 3:30 to 7 today, please call me. I'm going to take it.
What's that for?
Work.
Okay.
So would you join me for 3:30?
Yeah. Okay, so that's a level that you broke out of, and yeah, there's nothing much there. We'll just see what happens. It's a reach that level of resistance, the next notch, or level of significance. So there's no opportunity there at all. MIR, it's already broken up. No, nothing there for us. Okay. Nothing there as well. Look at those wicks. That's nasty. So I'm not interested in the too many wicks on the top. Just like that, too many wicks. It's a nice trend. So we've got to see this continue on before we even look at it. Let's go to this next one. This one here is pulling back nicely. So you would think that there'll be an opportunity there. Right there, where it currently is. You'll think that there'll be support based on previous resistance. So let's see when it comes down to this 10 and 20 moving average area, there might be an opportunity. And what we will look for is a bullish candle of some sort before we make. So I'll leave that pink there. Hold on, let me just reset all the colors. Unflag all. So we just want to mark this one. Come back and visit it. Nothing there. So unfortunately, some of these like they've gone. So AR, which is Artweave, I've got it here. That has hit this channel's top, and if it comes down to this level, the 0.5, I'll be interested. At the moment, it's way too ahead. And if we get to the 0.5 where we have previous resistance, that should be a stronger area for a bounce at least, which will be a good trade. So I'm just going to save that, close that, don't need it. Okay, continue on. So many of the charts, what we have is we don't have a good flow, and that's the problem. What we want to see is a trend. This one has a trend, but on the ADI you can't see it. So all we have is a formation really, and that line is being a trend. So maybe there is a channel. Give us a look. See if there is a sort of a channel, and we'll see how that goes. At the moment, it's pushed up on the 8 hour, and I'll look at to see it push up before and pull back down. So looking for the 8 hour at this point looks much more interesting. I'd like to see it come down to that point there. So I'd like to see it come back down if I'm interested in that area level. So if this pulls back, the 10 and 20 moving average should be at that level as well, and we can see that was previous resistance, and that could be support. I'll just flag that for later on. Finally, the comp has moved on. It's giving me a headache. So that I really entered there. It pulled me back, so I got stopped out, and now it's starting to continue on, and it's annoying. The fact that I got stopped out, and that was the position. That was a position to go in. So right now it's at a resistance level, and we'll see how that goes. But I'll keep an eye on that one. It's a good project. Sand is way ahead, but it's still got momentum, and it's not pulling back, is it? So on the 4 hour, I would like to see it pull back. Now let's see the indicators on this one. Actually, on the 4 hour, it's actually not bad with the MACD. However, with the others, I see a various divergence coming in. So sand is not a good one to consider. Too much on the 4 hour, we see downward momentum, downward pressure. But that's not to say you want to continue on. Right now, it's a level, and I would, if I was to trade this, I would see how it goes with that level there, and that could be a squeeze. And if there's a breakout trade there, so we've got 1 touch, 2, 3. This could be a nice squeeze, even though it's gone, parabolic. I like the fact that this is happening. So we've got to keep an eye on that one on the 4 hours. So come back in 4 hours and see what it does. Okay, there were many shorting opportunities for this. This is a big Binance down coin, so no, never mind. Oh, there you go. SRM. Look at those wicks on the bottom. That is nasty. Although it's going up, it's nasty. I don't like those wicks. So you need to keep on the 8 hour, it's fine, but the 4 hour, look at that. It's still got upward momentum. So looking at the RSI, it's really extended on the 4 hour, but the MACD is looking good. So this could go really parabolic. This could really escalate. I would keep an eye on this. If depending on how this candle closes, I'll come back to it. Well, off to time, so 42 minutes. All right, we'll come back to that one. On a short list at the moment. Yeah, this one has a bit of a trend. Like it. We have an upward momentum. Looks like we found some resistance and coming back down there. Okay, that could be support. It's not the best of charts, but the 4 hours looking all right. and this area could be, we've got convergent, it's MACD, so this area could be a support, so let's put that in the list. Not interested. No. No. One of these don't auto. Why these? I don't know why these are on the top end. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so I need to get rid of the logs, I think. But the squeeze on the top of my chart, I've got no idea why it doesn't go center. That's annoying. AVAX looking good. Big strong daily candle. It's got 40 minutes for that to close, and it's pretty much close to resistance. So nothing there, but it's something that we're going to keep an eye on. Let me look at ADA again. The ADA's, look at that. ADA's been stumbled on the 4 hour. So it's really, ADA's really performing crap. It's very, very heavy is the word. Next chart. No, nothing that really stands out there. Band, no, nothing there. What I'm looking for is a flow to the chart. So if we have an uptrend flow with the moving, with clear high lows and high highs, that's one structure that I like. Looking for a breakout, clear resistance, or clear support as another interest, and then formation. So what's this one? Sol. So Sol's taken off, as you know, and it's done Sol time high, as you can see. So I'm in Sol, and I did post that there's likely to be a breakout. So past 2 days, Sol's been going, and I would dare say that will continue to go on. So if we're looking for an entrance, that was the entrance there 4 hours ago, and so what we need to see is this pretty much hit a target and then pull back, and I think the 4 hours is doing a good job. So Sol, there's nothing there for us to jump into now, because you don't actually, let's see what the Sol's doing right this second. So you can see it's at a key resistance 1.272. So I dare say that it's undecisive there. It's right at the resistance of that extension, and that could be a key point. And if it breaks that level, it's going to go on to the 1.414. That's probably likely to pull back, and that's probably where you find the entrance. But at the moment, I'm just going to hold on to that. And I think Sol, that's 280 is probably where Sol's really going for at this point. And but you want to find an entrance, and the 4 hours not doing the job. 4 hours doing the job, but let's see if we can find a smaller time frame that will help us out. So that was a nice cradle entry, and yeah, it's just not right to look for entry there based on that tip level. So keep an eye on it. It might give us an opportunity every few hours. So I want to change that back to the 4 hour. There's no flow there, it's just resistance. Ripple was breaking up nicely. That is a breakout from that level, but it's finding resistance like this week here. That previous week is the same area. It might be consolidating before it goes up. So, but in terms of entry, that was it. that's the entry there, this candle, and now it's finding resistance. So I'll give it a miss. I'll come back to it. So I'll rather see a flow on effect, a nice trend before I even jump in that one. Oh, that's Vida. That's crazy. Okay, I'll have a look at that. See if there's history to it. Maybe that came on the exchange. I remember seeing the name Vida before. Give me a sec. Let's see if Vida's got a previous history. While that's on, we can look at this chart, OXY. I do believe that was the highest, earliest price it had. I'm not sure if there's more history to that, but that is definitely a trend line, and it's broken it, and it's continuing to go up. So OXY, I'm in, and I just mentioned about today. So that is, I did see a formation, a bit of a triangle squeeze, and it's a breakout. This next level is a resistance, and I dare say that that's where we'll get stopped and go sideways a bit. But definitely OXY is looking very bullish, and it's something relatively new. So I would say go along with that one, and let's see Flocky while we're just doing that. Don't know what's going on there. I have too many tabs open. That's annoying. Okay, that's DOT. DOT's doing its all-time high, and it's pretty much going up. So that's found support on the all-time high level, and it's probably going sideways for the time being. So I'm going to close that. Back to Vida. We'll come back to that later. We'll have a look at that one. Okay. So this one looks like a breakout trade from that level. CDK on the daily. So during the, there is no other opportunity besides looking at a breakout from that level. So come back to that later. One I remember had a bit of a flow. Yeah, so this is alright. Flow has found support on the daily there, the 20 moving average. We need to see that close. It's not the bullish close that I was looking for. So Harmony did a nice move to the upside, but it's really pulled back deep. And it's come down to this level. And looking at the 4 hour, there's nothing there. It's pretty bearish at the moment. Alright, so there's nothing there for us. Pond, nothing there. Matic's found strong resistance, not there. No entry point. EGDL, far out. So this is moving. Missed that. So it's moved today. Okay, so it's come up to this resistance level, basically matching its all-time high. I dare say that it will get pulled back, but definitely there is a trend there, and we missed it. So this is That was a level there. There was a level there, and it broke above it. Got retested, and it's up and it's gone. Yeah, the MACD looks good well on the 4 hour. So EG, the L, I wouldn't trade it until I see a red candle somewhere. So this is the all-time high right there. Right exactly where it is right now. Let's just make sure I get the drawings right. So it's definitely the same level. We need to keep an eye on that one. If it pushes through the all-time high, it's likely to retest that level. And it could easily drop through because it's the first test. So there's not much there in terms of trading it now. But you can see that 4 hours, pretty much the 10-20 moving average is playing a role. And similar to here, we might be able to see a nice pullback if it breaks through, but right now there's nothing there for us. But it should be on our watch list. Nothing there. No. No. Well, you can see Algorand just has a support, a clear support. So if you want to accumulate, that range was accumulation range to that level there. So anything below that looks like a good buy. But in terms of a trend, a trade, no, there's nothing there. It's undecisive at the moment. 4 hour looks crap. So Algo is not doing well as it used to do. Well, that's bad. So there's actually good opportunities to short, but we need a trend that shows us that we can short it. So that went out today. IOTX, it just blasted through. There was warnings there. Look at the 4 hour chart, bullish candles. Too late now, and I dare say that this will wick back down. It was probably a good opportunity to short, but you can't short it on Binance, unfortunately, with the margins. The isolation ones I don't really like. Actually, what's that? Okay, bearish divergence there, so I don't see anything new recently there on the 4 hour, and the daily sucks. No, nothing there. Nothing. No. There could be something on the 4 hour, but those wicks on the candles, I just don't like it, so not for me. Riff, no, not for me. If there's a shorting opportunity, this could give you shorting opportunities. Okay, but you can't. Not on Binance. INJ, disappointing. Used to be good. Nothing there. No, nothing there. Just let's flick through them now. There's a lot of crap. No. Maybe there's some charts we should just completely forget. Oh, that's crazy, that one. Our audio's done bad. It was looking good at one stage. That's really bad. really breaking the formation there. Not too many wicks. You don't want to go on charts that have too many wicks because they're like a pump and dump type of thing scenario. And out of all these charts, you should pick the ones that show clarity. Some clarity. There's not many formations that we can rely on at this point. I'm not going to look at the 15-minute type of thing because that would just take for long. What we'll do is we'll go through our list, filter, we'll get a list, a reduced list, and then we'll pick the good ones from that. So as you can see, most of these charts, there is no trend. It's mostly sideways. And so a lot of the cryptocurrencies, there is no trend. And I don't know what decides what makes people buy these coins when there's inconsistency. Okay. Now, I saw this the other day and I didn't think it would continue, but I forgot about it. So this is a beautiful chart. The ADR looks good. Now let's see. Oh man, 4 hours not good because we've got this bearish divergence type of thing. Let's look at the ADR. ADR is bearish. Yeah, it's not the best. So what would stop us going up more? Well, those red candles there, 2 red candles acting as resistance. We push through, but we still haven't pushed through that one there. Now, just apply some simple things, Fibonacci, and let's see why. I'd like to know why it's resistance. There you go. So the 1.272 was the resistance, and now we've got that one. Until it breaks that, I wouldn't be interested. It's probably going for that target. Do we have an interest in this? It's too risky. It is risky. And if I was to go into the 4 hour, it's bearish divergence. To me, this seems to be the top at the moment. It would be nice to see a nicer pullback, deep one, and then we go into a different day time. But the daily, let's look at the 12. 12 might be a better chart. Yeah, and the 12 actually is a better chart. And we missed our entrance. That was in that area, this bucket area, that bullish candle there. Now, if we do see something that goes sideways, and we have this up top resistance, if we see that nice resistance on the top, maybe we have one more leg to go to the 1.618 here. So that could be an opportunity. So if it goes sideways and we see the squeeze, that's the scenario that I'll be looking for. So that is a good chart, excellent chart. Should have picked up a long time ago. Look at that. That's a trend. Now that's a beautiful trend, and that's something that you should follow on later on. You might keep going. Okay, move on. There's also this crap, isn't it? Just me going down. Let's keep going quickly through these. NIO's been disappointing ever since it's done its all-time high, hasn't it? A recent all-time high. That hasn't recovered at all. That's nasty. I think what's happening is all the new coins are just pretty much pushing out the funding to what we used to have, like the NIOs and the ADDers. This one, actually, let's see if there's a, okay, in the 15 minute, there was a, no, I want to use that, don't worry about it. Let's go to the 2 hour, continue on. ONT, nothing there. If you're patient with me, guys, I'm thanking you guys for coming and staying on, and let's see if we can benefit. Let's just keep going through these lists. I'm just going to go through the USDT. So here's a nice one. Binance coin, beautiful. So that's a trend. The daily trend is there. Got lower highs and higher lows and higher highs. Right now, I do have Binance by accident because looking at other stuff. I use Binance to buy other coins. So by having that by default, I did expect that it's a bonus. So that is a level that just we missed out on to go long. So that was a level there, perfect. Got retested, and that bullish candle is saying continue on. So on the daily, it's got a trend. On the short time frame, it's bearish. Definitely bearish on the 4 hour time period. So I would look at the 8 hour. So the 8 hour trend at this point looks good. This bullish candle is pretty much it, and it's got 19 minutes to close. So that is too bullish for an entry. And on the 4 hour would have been the one. Yeah, so that candle would have been the one on the 4 hour to jump in. But I still don't like the MACD. There's a bit of bearish divergence. It's not convergent with the price. So I don't see this going up much. I do see a bit of a correction. So there's no entry there. But it's one to keep an eye on moving forward because there is a daily trend. Nothing there. Let me see that again. There is a level there, but it's not the most clean level. So if I also looked at that level there, that could potentially be a breakout trade. So let's just put that in the list. Nothing there. Oh, that's ugly. Ethereum's got a trend, definitely. And the daily is the trend. You can see the 10 and 20 moving average on the Ethereum. Now let's see what the MACD tells us. And the MACD is good as well. And so there, yeah, so on the daily it's good. There's a trend on the daily for Ethereum. So if you want to trade Ethereum, you got to wait for the next pullback. I do recall that this is a key level for Ethereum, so I don't see it going higher. Let's see the 8 hour. 8 hours is pretty much the same. Bit of a turn there. So I've got to think about taking profit. And definitely on the 4 hour, it's negative. You can see how the momentum's on the downside. And yeah, on the 4 hour, everything's downwards. Although it's pushing up, doesn't make sense. But definitely, Ethereum's got a good trend and it's going to outperform Bitcoin. So let's just keep an eye on Ethereum. I'm mostly in Ethereum at the moment for my HODL portfolio. Mostly Ethereum. And then I've got Bitcoin. and I'll use my Bitcoin to find which alts I jump into. So at the moment, Rune is actually one of the, nice. 8 hour looks good. So far, Rune is probably the best one I've seen. 4 hour is not the really one, but the 8 hours definitely. So if I was to use that level, if it pulls back a bit deeper, slightly bit deeper to that level there, and we see a bullish candle of some sort, definitely I'd be interested. And if you look across, I can see why Rune did stop, because it's come around to this conjunction where there was a lot of support and a lot of wicks. So it'll be tough, but you never know. So the whole idea is you go to trade and put your stops, but you don't want to trade next to a resistance level. And let's look at Rune separately. I think my charts aren't really doing well, are they? Give me a sec, guys. Let me see what's holding my resources up. I think it's the streaming that's slowed my PC down for some reason. Actually, this is also slowing it down. I better close that. So that's my Bitcoin perspective. All right, Rune, back to seeing if I can get anything from it. I want my chart. So I click on it, but it's not responding. No, I can't get nothing. It's not helping me. Let me just jump onto another chart, get rid of that. ADA versus Ethereum. ADA is definitely not doing well against Ethereum. And it looks like there's a bit of a turn, but it's nothing too big excited about. So ADA is not doing well against Ethereum. And ADA on the sign just here. It's not dropping, so it's all right. It's holding its level. I dare say that was the bottom for ADA. I definitely agree. See that as the bottom, but it's no rush to jump. Keep going. So just gotta be patient with ADA. Bitcoin. Saw this yesterday, and I was thinking about inverted head and shoulders type of structure. This might be the case, but we've got to say the fact that it came down too low, it nullifies, in my opinion, nullifies this scenario, and therefore, again, we have that range, and I'm keeping an eye on it. So this is definitely the resistance, and this is the volume. So this level to me is support. So now we're in this range. If we break it, so my opinion is if we break above this level for Bitcoin, if we break above this level, we can continue on, and that definitely a short, and then I think we'll come back down. And what I think is potentially a bullish structure of some sort, maybe some other way, but anyway, at the moment we don't have it. So this is the level. As long as it holds this level, we're bullish. This is the bearish line, obviously, so that's the range. At the moment, I like to see it. I'd like to see this area quarantined off this level here. If we stay above this level, and then it's really good. Then we can see the scenario. At the moment, just jumping on the Bitcoin in a way, this might be the case. I'm just hoping that's the scenario. If it sticks to it, that's going to be really nice. So at the bottom, top, and if it just continues on, we'll see. But that's the scenario I got for the time being. And I want to just close Sol. Sol has hit that level 1.618 in this mini structure, therefore a bit of resistance. And on the left, we've got the 1.272. So Sol is finding difficulty passing that level because of this. So that's why I'm not jumping any more into Sol until I see some clear evidence that it's going to continue up or go down. Now let's go back to, I was trying to get Rune, and that was it. Let's try it now. See if I've got more resources. All right, great. In fact, I've got too many tabs on. Doesn't help. Okay, that's the Rune chart. That's the weekly. And we have the weekly resistance. Okay. So that's a weekly support or resistance, and Rune's just finding that weekly resistance, the challenge. So there's no point of jumping in until we break that resistance. If you got it, great. If this is not the chart I wanted, so I can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So I haven't really got any work on these charts. I thought I might have had some. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's what I wanted to see. I did look at this scenario. Okay. So that could be the support level. Beautiful. So we've got this long side channel. Here, this is the 4 hour. I wouldn't go with the 4 hour, probably go with the 8 hour. So what's an 8 hour? That's an 8 hour trend. Beautiful. Bit of bearish dive. Yeah, it's still all right. So I think I'll go for the 12. Yeah, the 12 is a bit better. If it comes down to this level, so we've got the weekly level there. So if this was to come down to the weekly level or this level here, that'll be an area of interest for me to jump back in for a number of reasons. Right now, that equates to this area, and you can see from a big picture perspective, Rune has a lot to go. I think so. I've got X Rune, and I've got Rune, and I probably think Theta will do well as well. So this breakout structure and this momentum. So you can see there's momentum and a trend. So definitely, Rune is one to be in. And if you want to add more to it, wait for the pullback and look for a good entrance. If that fails, then we'll be interested in this level here. They're both good levels, and we should flag that. I want to add more to it so I can maximize my opportunities. So let's move on. Let's just save that. Yep, saved. And let's look at Atom. So Rune's one of the ones that stand out at the moment. Hawk actually. Let's see this one. No, nothing there. I'm aware the cake. So I was in this trade for cake, and I really stuffed it up by not getting out. I thought I got out a bit late, Now what I noticed is cake, well, we know what cake does, so why is not in my colors here? All right, here we go. So I would be interested in cake if it breaks that level. I do see structure here. So this is likely to go up. Is that a key level? Cake hasn't done really well. It's a shame that it's got such a good trend and then just drops. This does look like a good area. So looking at the RSI on the 4 hour, it's holding up in this trend. MACD is looking good. So cake might be in a reversal of this structure. Confirmation. You could, I suppose this is the accumulation area for cake. This is definitely a support area. If you move it across, not the best. That's interesting. But yeah, okay. Now I see it. Actually, it's not a bad thing. So what if you know Stan Weinstein's theory, or if you know Wyckoff's theory with the cycles, this has signature. So that was the let me just get the colors. So he comes from I'm looking from a structural perspective to accumulation areas of complete. So we had this uptrend, accelerated uptrend, distribution, reaccumulation, an uptrend, accumulation. So this is accumulation, in my opinion. That's the level, that flat level there. And when we break that level, it's a sign for acceleration, something like this. So that bottom level is definitely accumulation. When is it going to go? Don't know. But cake, I think, has a lot of potential to go huge, really, because it's done this phase. And if you look at the previous charts of Sol or Blink, you'll see that kind of scenario. So I'm going to keep my eye on cake for sure. It's actually, I'll put a different color on that one. But there's nothing for us to trade. It's just a method of accumulation and that kind of strategy. It's a different strategy, not anything new. And Cortex looks all right from this trend. However, on the macro, it looks crap. So continue on. Yeah, I know it's taking a while. Let's just keep going through it. Haven't done this for a while, so I thought I'd better just get people to look at it as while I'm doing it, get people to, I suppose, benefit from some way. You can see that on the daily, that's crap. Just a pump, no rhythm to it. But what we're looking for is a nice rhythm to the uptrend, either on the short time period or the bigger time period, or for structural formations. And Rune so far is the one that's standing up the most for me in the short term. Okay, here we go. Axis. Axis daily is phenomenal lately. So what seems to be is reaccumulation. So it's stagnate, and we need to keep an eye on this. Right there, that's the level. That level and this bottom here and this top here is acting. So we're going sideways here for a while, and I dare say that if it comes to the bottom, it'll be a nice reaccumulation before it makes another move to the upside. So that I'll put that into the blue bucket. No trading strategy there, just a different strategy. KSM should be good. Okay, so KSM's moved up. What we want to see is a pullback. at the moment. It's also finding this level of resistance. So nothing there for us, but something to keep an eye on. Nothing there for me. No, nothing. CRV made a good move to the top, but now it's pulling back. And on the 4 hour, actually probably it's a daily. Let's see here. Daily's going to close, and it's not a nice close. It's got a few minutes left for the daily. Nothing exciting. So nothing there for me at the moment. No, let's give it a miss. Actually, I'll just put on the watch list because it could turn out later on the next day to be something good. Oh, dots. Like we said, it's done its all-time high, and I think dot this year is going to be really big. And I was contemplating if I should buy more. Dot's got a lot of people, a lot of projects are coming onto Dot platform, so that looks good. Macro-wise, go into Dot. Short entry time. There's nothing there. There was there the 4 hour, so that's just gone on. If we look at MACD still looks good. So actually, the RSI here is a bit bearish. Yeah, okay. So there is a bit of a pullback. 4 hour, probably the 8 hour. No. If there is a pullback, I'll be looking for that level there, all-time high. But on the 4 hour, it seems to slow down a bit, and the flow is definitely not there. If this needs to push on high, and then we get a bit of a pullback, that will be the entrance. So there's nothing there now, but definitely dot is something that's looking good. No. Lit seems to be okay, but not interested. And those who are watching, hold in joining my group for any time soon, because I'm going to consolidate my group into, I have 2 groups and I'm going to consolidate into the one. And I haven't had a chance to do it, but the whole idea is it's a bit confusing for people. So if I have the one channel where people can write, as well as look at my posts, that's what I want to do. But it's going to be subscription based with some free time to assess what you want, and then subscription. And in there, what I'll be doing is, on a regular basis, I'll be doing this for those guys and for myself, and as well as putting some signal services in there. And then we'll see if we've got enough people interested, then I might do a better job with my delivery. Looking at balance, it looks good on this time frame. So that was a nice pullback, and we missed that. So I missed that. And right now, looking at this, the MACD is turning its nose up. So if it continues on, it's one to keep an eye on, but definitely 8 hours not the one, 12 hours probably the one. So yeah, I'll be looking at this level. If it pulls back to this level later on, at the moment this is continuing on, so it's not a good time to enter. Balancer is looking good, and on the bottom, Balancer as a project is good. I remember looking at it, but it's not really done well lately. It's pulled back too deep. So if you look at Balancer from a Elliott perspective, is that the history of Balancer? Let's see if there's any balances anywhere else. MMI, Coinbase. Balancer is competing against Chainlink. I remember looking this up. So, although Chainlink's ahead of it, balances might catch up later on down the track. So it's definitely a chart that's looking good at the moment. This might accelerate for but the MACD is looking good for me. So I want to keep my eye on Balancer. Nothing there for us to enter at this point. No. Fake. Ooh, it's ugly. Didn't think it would go that bad, but there you go. There's a lot of projects that I don't look on the central exchange. All those decentralized exchanges have much better opportunities, and if some of them make it to the centralized exchanges, they go up big time. And those who have been following me, I'm into TrueBit. I do see TrueBit doing a lot. 500x is what I'm hoping for. And then if it goes more, hold on, Hive. No. There is a flat level for Hive, but I don't see much bullish momentum in there. So, well, none pretty much. So, not interested. So I've got a lot of altcoins that aren't decentralized. But that's the problem. When you have too many, when you want to get rid of them, you've got to be careful. Alt season hasn't really started. If alt season starts, a lot of those coins will go, hopefully, high. So here we have wax, and you can see there is a trend there. There is a trend, but I just don't like the wicks on the 8 hour or 12 hour. 8 hours no different either. This is just very wicky, but there is a trend, upward trend. However, bearish divergence, so no, nothing there for me. Unreliable. Keep going, getting there. Oh, come on. Far out. Look at that. Another one. Escaped me. See, I haven't done this for a while, and these are the ones that you miss out on. So let's have a look at this one. ILV. I dare say that this is new, obviously, but since September. Let's see if there is something out there. Give me a sec. Let's see if I can get one of these buggers. Let me see if the CoinGecko, right. What was that called again? ILV. Let's see ILV's history. So there you go. Started from. Okay, so I started from $80. But you can see the trend is pretty good. Definitely got a good trend. Wonder what it represents. What does it say? Market cap. That's huge market cap. So it's made it to the big boys. Centralized exchanges now. all-time low was $29. So we're pretty much all-time high, really. And that's going parabolic, especially this stage. Nothing there for us to trade with. But let's have a closer look. This one says a project. Okay, so it's 8 hour flat level. Actually, it looks still good. The MACD looks good. So we can actually move on from this level. So if that's flat, resistance definitely there. And if we see a squeeze in that level, just like similar to these ones, at the moment we missed the entry. Those two candles were the entry, and then we've got small ones there. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's about the percentage gain, so it doesn't matter. We're after percentage gains, and on the MACD level, this is a good trend. But I do see that as a resistance, and if we had a better chart, but what I'm going to do is I'll keep an eye on that one and do more investigation. What's this one? This is, yep, all right, continue on. Nothing there. Let's Ethereum up. Okay, bit of a trend there on the 8 hour. And historical wise, it can take off. Similar to this, can take off. It's right at resistance right now, and none of the candlesticks make me confident going. That was the candle. That was a bullish candlestick. Let's see what it does with the MACD. Yeah, MACD is convergent. What I like to see is next 8 hours, pretty much. Let's see the next 8 hours. But I'll put that in my watch list. OMG bastard. It's already taken off. So OMG. And it's another resistance level here. So we can see a flat resistance right here. I think that's right where it's right now. Definitely a number of resistances. And this one, can it make it? The MACD is not the best on the 4 hour or the 8 hour. And we're seeing a turn on the daily. Yeah, so I'll keep an eye on IMG. Nothing there for me now. It's likely to find resistance, but we need to keep an eye on that one. Once it breaks that level, with the IMG from a macro perspective, that can continue on to the high. Yeah, so a bit weird, this chart. But that was, IMG did very well actually, when you look at that. It's done what VET done in the past, they're 450%. Missed that opportunity. Definitely missed that one. Let's keep going. FTM. I'm pretty much all out on FTM. And once I realise it's going to go down, let's have a closer look. I've got an FTM chart, so I don't want to use this one. What's FTM doing now? Haven't looked at it for a while. Nothing's coming up. Okay. Oh, okay, bit slow. So FTM on the weekly looks bad. You know, Yeah, it does look bad on the weekly. So this week, yeah, so that's against Bitcoin. Okay. Let's look at FTM USD. Okay, that's better. So the weekly looks good. Against Bitcoin, it's not. But then again, let's look on the daily. So daily looks bearish. Weekly looks bullish, big time. So the weekly's got a lot to, like it's really powerful. That's the first, this is the first week that looks bearish. And let's look on the 4 hour. I do think it might. Let's see. It's I bet you it's the 0.5 at the moment. Okay. What I can do is just delete everything. I won't save it. Yeah, so it's on the 0.5. If it comes down one more notch, that will be a good entry. At the moment, I can see FTM going sideways, but it has no conviction, and it might require for it to come down one more notch, which is the 0.302, and then I think that'll be a good entry. On the weekly, there is a trend, nice trend. I don't think it will go any lower, but yeah, definitely that level, the $2.40, is an area of interest for me. Until then, I'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, FTM is not there yet. So what I'll do is just mark it, keep an eye on it, not forget about it. Keep going. So we've got a bit of a BNB, yep. Tomo's nothing there. Inch, nah, the daily might be good. We might find some support here on the daily, but we're going to look for a bullish candle. At the moment, there's nothing. So what I'll do is mark that. Nothing there. No. Okay, if this pulls back a bit deeper, I'll be interested on the daily. So if this pulls back on the daily to this level, 0.5. So it did pull back, and there's that big wick. So that didn't help. But definitely this level here gives me interest. 0.5. Actually, this range will be interesting. Yeah, I'll just make that range. So it's actually doing its all-time high, hasn't it? So let's have a look at why it stopped there. Okay, it's not, it overperformed, didn't hit the 1.618, but it's definitely on the 1.14. So I would dare say that will come down to the 1, definitely. I'll be interested to come back down. It's done it once, but can it continue down is the question. So I'll keep an eye on that one, and it's doing well. HOT has some momentum on it. I was looking at it the other day, and I missed that entry. That just skyrocketed. So I wouldn't have catch that. It's just too strong. So if we looked on the 2 hour, not even. That was a bullish candle. Yeah, it didn't. That just too quick. So this one seems like a formation. There was a formation and it just did it. So that was it there. Actually, that would have been like that. Bit of a bull flag and up it went. And now it's hit a resistance of some sort. I'll keep an eye on that one as well for later on. Ocean's pulled back a deep enough, and nah, not the best of trades, but it's a level. Yeah, it's a level, and it's something that just to keep an eye on, see if the trend comes out of it. That's the whole point. When I say look, keep an eye on it, it's to come back down later on in the future and see if there's a trend from it that we can trade. And then like that, that's a trend. That's a beautiful trend on a short time frame. NEM. So the 1 hour is not. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted this one here, 4 hour. So the 4 hour is doing a good job, and we've got a pullback. Okay. Nothing there. There's nothing there. Actually, no. Nothing there for us. So there's a bit of a trend there. Super. I have super. And definitely a trend there, but it's not traditional trend. But when you look at this, you know, this doesn't do justice for it. I would dare say that, where is my super? Is it super? There's another chart for it. Super farm, I think that was called. So if you look at that, just go to any of those exchanges. So look, you've got the volume of 12 million. And if you look at super from this perspective, rather than Binance, you can see the history of it. And so you need a proper perspective. Look at that chart and look at that chart. Actually, that's $4.70, and super here is okay. It's captured it. It didn't capture this early part though, so it's just captured the top. Oh, it actually captured the bottom as well up to a point. Okay, so super, I do see. I think you should go long. I am. That was a level of interest, previous bottom, and we've broken it. So this was accumulation, and now we probably have a bit of an uptrend. And here, and when we get to this level, roughly around there, that's what I'm thinking. At the moment, it needs to pass this level. If it comes down, well, so be it. It can go down back, but if it breaks above it, definitely this is the level, and this is where everything could go different. It could go parabolic, or it could come back down. That's the case scenario that I'm looking at. But definitely, I'm bullish. It's broken this base, and this there is a, you can see that it's a bit of a triangle formation there, and it's broken above it, and I think it's going to continue going up. And so super is definitely one of those ones that you should go long, and I've just got to figure out if there is another entry point. I bought mine not on Binance, I bought on one of the others. Didn't know it was there. All right, so that's a flat level, and the MACD looks good on the 4 hour. Still, it's not bearish yet, so that could be a good level to entry, potentially. That level could be a good entry. I think this will go sideways before it makes a move to the upside or downside. Moving on. Actually, alpha. Yeah, we had on the daily a lot of resistance. It broke above. So one would think that this level will act like support. And there's no real structure to, like, you know, to trade with. It's more to do with, all right, see what happens here, and if it continues on, what I do think is it's a range. It's going to be in a range, and that's pretty much that's the range. So if it comes from here, that's the range you trade. So buy here, sell there, and see what happens. So what I'll be looking for is a bullish candle to buy that range and trade within that range. So I'll definitely put that on my. I think that will play out. This is nothing there for me. Actually, there is that potential here, right there. Comes down that level. Look for an entry. So definitely put that in there. Not interested. No, no, no. Okay, can I show you? Can you show your analysis on BTC? Okay, we'll do that. Want to look at Bitcoin? Back to it. And what indicators are those three on the left or four? Okay, one's the Phoenix. So top left is the Phoenix. MACD. This is the RSI with moving average in the middle. And what I've done is, you can find that one there. Pretty much, it's got RSI, BNB, which is a Bollinger Band. I remove the Bollinger Bands. I just want the moving average, and I just change the colors to a point where it stands out. And this one's the stochastic RSI, and I just modify the script for crossovers. Whenever these crossovers, I just want to see. Can you show ideology? I'm not sure what that means. Show my ideology. So there is. I can touch it at the end. In the beginning of this, I said I'll look for a trend, high highs and higher lows. They're the ones, and that could be a macro or 12, 10, 12 hour, 8 hour, or on the 4 hour. And I'm not looking at the smaller time frames at the moment. I can be stuffed. And then I'll look for, I'm looking for trends, and I'm looking for levels. So breakout trades. It was a clear resistance or support. And the last one is formations. So if there's formations that make sense, they're the things that I'm looking for. Oh, ideology coin. All right. Yeah, got to be more specific, as you can see. All right, Loopring. I'll have a look at after this. Let me just go through this list, then I'll have a filter. So Loopring look. This is looking good. Probably the 8 hour is better. That's crazy the way that loop. I did catch it, and I didn't stay on too long. So if we look at loop, all right, that's Fibonacci level. Let's just use this one here. So I'll be interested if it pulls back a bit more. Let's look. Let's just play with the defaults. Basic setup. All right. So it's on the 0.5. I do like to see it come down to a 0.618. If I was really accurate with this, the 0.618 makes sense. But this is the range I'll be interested in for loop. And what I'll be looking for, if I look at this one, the MACD is convergent. I like to see a bit of the level. If I find the level, I like to see it cross over with the stochastic. as another one, and so I got the 3 there that gives me some idea. But this can continue on, and looking at loop from a cycle perspective, and this is what you got to also understand. If you understand the cycles, so this is the accumulation. This was an uptrend, and that was a level, a flat level. That was the sell-off. Once we broke that, we knew it was a sell-off, and we came back down to reaccumulation. Once we break the reaccumulation, you can see an uptrend, retest, and then acceleration. The question is, how much will this accelerate? Will it continue on? And you don't know. So I missed that entry, really spewing. But this would have been a great ride. And if you understand the structure like this with the cycles, you understand that there's this component. And that's what I'm saying about TrueBit. You're not seeing this component, and hopefully that's the case. So at this point, I do see, I do see this level of interest. So let it come down a bit more. That's another 8 hours. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. At the moment, there is, look, right, the candlesticks, bottom is flat, no wick. It's found a spot level. This hammer, inverted hammer, is a bullish sign. It is definitely, because there's not much of a wick. So this candle in the next 4 hours could be a signal. So keep your eye on that one. And move on. Basic attention back. Okay, so I got this one and I did really well on it. It's 1,000% leverage. So it's more recent all-time highs in my trade, and you can see that pretty much it went really high very quick, and therefore it will take a while for it to recover. And keep going. What's that? Dex, yeah. So Mana, we all know about Mana. Is it going to continue? I should have shorted it. I'm spewing that I didn't keep my eye on it, and I did. I think I did short actually, but I didn't keep going with it. Now with this one, when you look at Mana, it's really dropped a lot. We lost 50% of the height of the price. So what can we find from this? At the moment, I'll be more interested in shorting. So that's a level that's trying to hold it up. Let's see what it's doing. Definitely MACD's diving. Still bearish, downward pressure on the 4-hour, definitely, and 8-hour, definitely downwards. So that there is showing me that there's going to be shorting opportunities there. On the daily, daily's alright. Daily's not going down, but the shorter time frame definitely. What makes me think that which level will be important? Let's see. Okay, so that's, but we'll need to look at a bigger time frame in this case. So it might come down to this level, the 0.618. So once it breaks that, I think it's already started. If you look really careful, that is a shorting opportunity, really, that level, the 0.5. So it's resisted. Am I brave enough to take it? What is it, 4 hours? I just started, bugger. That was the level. That weak 4-hour rejection, bearish candle. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Shorting opportunity just to this level. I do think that's the case. And for all you know, will come down lower. We'll see how it goes. But that's definitely a shorting opportunity. Did we see Luna? I'm not sure. So I'm going to keep Mana there for shorting. Go quick. We're running out of time. Quantum. When did quantum kick off like that? Keep an eye on quantum as well. No. Yeah, that's stock up. Storage. Wow, bugger. Missed out on storage. Spiked up too much. And look at that big rejection. So that would have been a good shorting opportunity. Missed out. Engine. You know about engine. Actually, engine's got a nice, on the 8 hour, bearish divergence. So no. 8 hours not there for me yet. It's definitely going down. Downward pressure. That's 8 hours still. Yeah. I think this will come down lower. And if I was to go to the 12 hour on this one, 12 hour makes sense. Yeah, I just don't like that. So that is definitely a level. I'll keep an eye on engine. Almost done, guys. Inch. So inch, I think. Got to check inch again. Shiba. I forgot about Shiba. Bugger. That would have been perfect. Look at that. 4 hour candles. Oh, it's a 12 hour chart. Definitely. So that was a level there we missed out on. Okay. So this is coming down. And Shiba might still not fall too much, but yeah, it's dropped a fair bit. Just good to shorting. I think you can short on Binance as well. Yeah, I'll be looking to short Shiba if I have the chance. If there's a setup for it. Kaiba 8 hour looks good. Not the 4 hour, but 8 hour might be alright. It's not the cleanest chart though. Here will be a good idea. Yeah, definitely hit a major resistance down there. So that's the main resistance there, and sure enough. So do want to enter something that's going into resistance, of a strong resistance. There's two there. Not sure, but I'll keep an eye on that one. I'll have a think about it. CHR in a similar boat. Really did a good move. And a deeper pullback, I'll be interested. Wicks. So it's obvious to hit a target. Keep an eye on that one there. Okay, so we're done there. All right, let's see. Let's look at, that's our short list. And from that, guys, down the day, in the hours to come, I'll be looking at that. Like that one is interesting to me to investigate. But let's look at what people have been asking. All right. Can you please also give your input on MACD for B? Okay, so people want to look at Bitcoin. And I think I did Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is difficult, as you know. It's not really giving us anything. So what I did with Bitcoin before is identify the clear range. That's a range there, and the bottom. That's our range. Then the second level is a resistance. That's that there, and our support is pretty much roughly there. So we're stuck in the middle of it. Is there anything that's telling us it's going to do either way? Well, it's not. You can't trade Bitcoin, not at this range. I had an idea that this could be something like that before that wick came down, that this could have been an inverted head and shoulders. So I thought the case maybe there might be a case for this. There you go. Where that is a bullish structure. The fact that this wick came all the way down nullifies that thesis. So that doesn't help. And the other one was I did think this was the case, a broadening wedge, and it's still on the table. Even though it's wick down there, this broadening wedge could be a bullish move as well. It fulfills the right ticks in the box. So as long as we don't lose this level, it's on the cards. So if we don't lose this level, we're on the cards. At the moment, it's holding, but you can see on the 4-hour, there's a lot of downward pressure, and it's not really moving. So the question is, if you ask him the question about the big picture, it's bullish. Okay, so if you look on Bitcoin, I'll get a better chart. This is what I did before. There might be an opportunity for this to take place as a channel, and if it plays out right, so all we can do is monitor. If this plays out right in this channel, so it's touched the bottom of the channel there. So that's the bottom, and we've got the tops. So if this is the bottom, we need to see it go along those lines. It could do that. So rejection here, I like to see it go there, get a rejection, and then that's confirmation to me that we're on the right track. That's a bit of a triangle formation as well. You can see you can draw this in many ways. At the moment, it's at a level that is conducive to being bullish. But the problem is you can't enter it with high leverage. So my thinking is that is this whole thing here, and I posted it somewhere else, that is a continuation pattern. Yep, uptrend, consolidation, then uptrend. Pretty comfortable making that call. This is an uptrend, consolidation, uptrend. So we've got 1, 2, and the third one, and the third one's going to give us a pullback. So impulses, and I think we're similar to here. That is an uptrend. So that's what I did on my post. This is our 64K type of thing. Very similar, head and shoulders. This was head and shoulders as well. That was a head, the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Although it looks like an ascending wedge. Very similar to that. That was our bottom there, equivalent. This is our 12K nemesis. That was our 10K. And so our 10K became our 50K here. And when we broke it, we got this level. This level is no different. Although this one is just above all-time high, or this level, it's really holding. So from a macro perspective, Bitcoin is looking good, and I'm expecting this move type of thing. And obviously, there's going to be bumps along the way. It's not going to be a big move like this because this is wave 3. Wave 3 is the biggest wave. Wave 4 is consolidation. So we're doing wave 5. Where's wave 5? 100K to 120. First one is 84K I got. 84K is roughly, before that I think it's 70, in the 70s, maybe 76, something around there I had, where we might get a reaction. 84K is a major level. And then we've got the 100 and something K, the long term. But let's just see how we get there. But that's my macro outlook, and my short-term outlook I just went across, and that's what I've got for Bitcoin. And what we got, I'm interested in Sol. Sol is right there, right at the moment. Nice. It's broken this structure, accumulation structure, a Wyckoff structure. It's going. So this is going to keep going. Where it's at the moment it's hit the on the short time span. Sol has hit this Fibonacci, which might push it back down a bit, consolidate a bit, and then move up more. I don't see it coming back down. Mate, it could come back down to that level to retest. And I think if it was to do this, I think Bitcoin will be is pretty much doing its thing, going up, and the odds are dropping. At the moment, it's not there yet. All right, so that's one for that. Ideology coin, that's what the guy was after. And let's look at that. Because when people make requests, sometimes I benefit. Results. Ideology. Obviously, it's going to be coin, I think, CoinGecko, isn't it? There it is. There we go. Idea, is it? Idea, and where's the markers for Idea? Gate.io. All right, so let's go to Gate.io. So it's really done its thing already, hasn't it? So if we were to go to 4 hour, so it's already done it. I mean that wicks there is a big rejection. So it's hit a target for some reason and it's pulled back. So there's no entry there. I would, missed the opportunity of selling. That is $1, and now it's at 54 cents. So it might. I think it will come back down a bit more. So if you put your Fibonacci onto it, I can't draw on this one at the moment, but yeah, looking at the chart, there's no history. I can't really say what, and so it comes down to the project and what people think about it. You can see it's pushing down, and it's a pump and dump at the moment, early stages, and there's nothing else really to comment on that. Can't do it. Leverage. Do you use leverage trading while trading? Of course you do. I use leverage mostly on FTX, and I'm starting to look at Binance. I mean, sorry, Bybit. So I just put a small sum there, place my ADA, and I'm already up. What I did 50% on whatever money I had. So I'm just going to hold that there. I do believe ADA. So what I saw that ADA make a move. I'll put my price down where I think there's good support. It's hit it. I'll let it ride. I think it will do well. But I'll do leverage, definitely. Bybit's another one, and FTX. With Bitcoin, with Binance, I can't leverage, unfortunately. Stuck in Australia, they don't give us leverage trading. Unfortunately, that's a bit of a bummer. Used to be, and now Binance has taken that away. So all I do is borrow money and buy. It's not leverage, but it's borrowing. So margin trading, I'll do margin. All right. Do you use leverage trading? Okay. Is Idea coin there? Yeah. So that was, I covered Idea. And so Idea is, never mind. So that's my super. Actually, let's look at, for those people who don't know, I'm going to look at a few other coins while we're there. So TrueBit is one of my ones that I'm going for in a big way. See, I believe it's in the phase of, that's a bit of a drop. it's in accumulation phase as far as I'm concerned, so you can't see its all-time high, and it has its own unique space, so that is the level that it's accumulating. So once it breaks out of that level, I think it's going to accelerate. And TrueBit is in the Ethereum space. But anyway, that's one of my things that I'm looking for. You can go here. If you go to my space, basically there, I have a bunch of coins that I'm interested in, and I have some links just to help myself out, but you can use it as well. And it's just useful tools, useful sites. For instance, Volume Monitor gives you access to this. If you don't know, someone scripted it. It shows us what's moving. So I could see Hive is currently moving, and anyway, let's see what Hive's doing at the moment. So if Hive is, that's telling me that Hive is doing something. Let's have a look. Is it really moving? Oh, there you go. So too late now. So that's telling me that Hive moved, and if I look at the 5 minute, yeah, very quick. Okay. So that was an opportunity there and missed. But I think it's a short exercise. DYDX. I don't think I looked at that one. The DYDX one. It's going down. Okay. Actually, here's a good coin for you guys. Was it Bit? BAO? Yeah. I think Bit's going to do really well. It's the equivalent to FTX coin or Binance coin, Bybit's coin. This is Bybit's coin, and it's new. It's already done a fair bit. I think this will continue very very similar to DOT and all the other coins. Early stages, go long, and anyway, that's one of my tips. One of those Bybits are going to be a major exchange, I reckon, in the future. So that's definitely there. And what I was saying before is these ones. I'm going to look at a few. If you want to stay on and see what I'm seeing. So this is, I think it's S Fund. S Fund I'm in, and I'm way ahead, and it performed. So when did that perform? That just hit a target that I missed out on. Okay. Last 8 hours. Okay, overnight. So I missed out on that one, selling there. That's a 32% drop. Okay. I'm still going to go long. But I missed out taking some profit. Look at the volume. So S Fund's one of my ones that I'm interested in. That is definitely another one. And my kids are screaming. Unilayer is another one I'm looking at. Okay, so this has lately been doing crap. And yeah, it's not doing well. So it's hit a target, pull back deep, and see if it holds. I didn't put much in it, so keep going. FEG. These are the coins that are non-decentralized. I think I'm out of FEG. I'll look at my chart. Let's see. No, I think I got FEG still. Okay, FEG's looking good. I like the structure to it. This might have been the top. And this is the thing you don't know. this could go parabolic or keep going back down. So it's one of those things, but it's at a key resistance or key support. Let's see how that goes. Figure's another one. Friends gained some. Very low liquidity. And if I look at it from a bigger picture perspective, okay. So I'm ahead on Friend, and who knows what percentage that is. Yeah, so if I do this, 600% is still pretty good. So these are the ones I have, pretty much. Not all of them. Some of them are, well, I'm interested in. Rubik, let me see how Rubik's doing. Rubik could be good as well. They've got good solutions. I think they'll be a major player, but okay. So Rubik, 75 cents, 237 cents. Okay. I'm still holding it. I've made a good entry, so I'm going to keep holding that one there. But yeah, I did miss a good opportunity to sell. In the past few days, people have, yeah, you got to keep an eye on these buggers. I'm pretty much done, guys. I don't think anyone wants to keep watching this stuff, but my short list is here. So we've got FET, and you can see on these charts, if you missed them before, there's levels that I'm interested in. No, just not get rid of the moving averages there. These pullbacks of levels of interest, not all of them. I'm waiting for pullbacks for most of these. Just keep going, looking from Axis, AVAX. So yeah, actually, that one's still, it hasn't pulled back, does it? Let's just keep going. So AVAX is going well. Sol is, well, I expect Sol, bit of a pullback. So Sol is holding resistance, that's okay. XRP, nothing there. I'm going to look at that later. Breakout trade for that one, potentially. There's a trend there, EGDL. These are the ones that I'll be looking for later on, if there's a pullback. And I'll discuss the levels. This one has, yeah, that's a level, flat level there that I'm interested in. This has a trend and potentially Ethereum. So never mind that one. Rune is coming down to a level that I'm interested in. So Rune is the one that really stands out today. Looking for the 8-hour bullish candle. So we're going to see what happens here. It probably started on the 5-minute. I don't know why I got the 5 minutes here. 9 inches, 5 minutes. So here we can potentially see a support to this level. So that's we're there now. So that's a key fib level, moving average as well. So if we see something bullish here in the next 4 hours, that'll be good. So Rune is the one I'm keeping an eye on, and the rest looking for pullbacks. Rune's almost there. Dot is pretty much looking for pullback. OMG is looking for breakout. basically looking for levels for it to continue on. So this is, and levels to find support for entry. So I'm looking. So what I've done is shortlisted my trend charts that have a bit of a trend or formation, and that's basically it. Looking for, may potentially short that, not there yet. Looking for support, not there yet. And Shiba, if it pulls back up, so what I'm thinking, if it pulls back up here, it'll be a good opportunity to short, but it's got a lot of work to do. And that's pretty much on the 8 hour, looking for support there. Green bullish candle of some sort. And that's there. So the ones I'm really interested in down the track is these ones, cake. Potentially a breakout trade from that descending triangle axis. That looks like this could continue. It is on the daily, it looks really nice. That's the level. And that's the range. So axis has something good there. Balancer has a bit of a trend. I like to see it pull back to this level. This one is ironic. I'll do, if it pulls back to this level, I'll be interested. FTM, I'm looking for a bit of more drop or a breakout from this moving average level. So if FTM breaks this level, all these lines, the 10 and 20, I'll be interested. So breaking these levels and this trend line for FTM is a green sign. I'm thinking it is doing something like this. How much time do I have to click it? So I'm thinking something like that. There is a formation of some sort, and it might come down once more to this level or about, and then we'll see if it breaks this. It's going to be a good trade, because we've got a number of touches there to say that is a clear resistance. So if it breaks this clear resistance, it's a signal for FTM. So that is another one that's looking good. Hints is looking for a breakout trade, looking all right, and super, as you know, I'm looking for a pullback to this level. So I'm wrapping it up there, guys. Thanks for joining. Come and join my channel on Telegram, and we'll